Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Jeff Mendelson, and this is the One Big Tip podcast. And today, I am really pleased to have with me on the line Monique Idemudia. She is the founder of Dragon Digital Marketing, a digital marketing agency for small businesses based in St. Petersburg, Florida. She is passionate about educating and inspiring small business owners to build an online presence and grow their business with the power of great digital marketing. So she is right up my alley. We're going to have so much fun today nerding out on all this digital marketing stuff. Monique, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Jeff. I'm excited to be here.
This is going to be a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining. Can you please take a few minutes to bring us up to speed a little bit about yourself and how you became so awesome at what you do?
Oh, thank you so much. I've kind of always been really passionate about digital marketing and entrepreneurship. I kind of like have it in my blood. So I knew from a very early age onwards that I wanted to start my own business and be an entrepreneur and do marketing. And I got a couple of jobs. Even while I was still a student, I got a job as a working student in a marketing department for a corporation. And then I've worked for a startup, and I've always been involved with digital marketing, SEO, social media, all of that. And I got the opportunity to build a really wide skin set that is kind of unique. Also, from a technical background, I'm a developer too, so I can design and develop websites as well. And then in 2019, I just felt ready and I was like, okay, this is it. I gotta just do it. And then I started my own agency, Dragon Digital Marketing. And yeah, so that's like my background story. And I love what I do. I'm very passionate about it. And yeah, I just love the decision that I made.
Amazing. I think once you make the decision for yourself to go out there and stake your claim, it's definitely scary, right? Because you leave a corporate environment where you get that 9 to 5, that check that magically hits your bank account every 2 weeks, and it's also very comfortable, right? And then when you
Yes.
go out and you're actually worried about getting your own clients and making your own stuff happen, then it's so much more exhilarating, right? But at the same time, it's still scary AF
It is,
because it's like,
yeah.
how did you figure that out? That like, okay, like this was exactly the right time. Were you forced out because of a layoff, or were you just like, that's it? I got a few clients already, and I'm going to make this happen. How did that work?
Right. So I wasn't forced out. I was just feeling fed up. And that's what motivated me to start my own business. I did not have any clients lined up. So I literally started from scratch, but I also did Dragon Digital Marketing as a side hustle first. So I did not jump, straight into the cold water and quit my day job and pursued it full time from the beginning. But I've stayed an after hours entrepreneur doing it in the early mornings and late nights for a little bit over a year until I got the traction to finally take it full time. We're also like fully inbound. I really believe in attracting people to you organically and focusing on inbound marketing and creating a lot of content that I put out there and promote, having a podcast like your show. And so, yeah, it takes time, but it's so worth it. And I love being that involved.
Amazing. That's an amazing story. Let's talk a little bit about what your one big tip is, right? And I really love this subject. I read the book by Donald Miller about building a story brand, and I had like, I don't know, maybe like one or two other guests on the show that sort of talked about this. I'd like to get your take on why a story brand is so important for any kind of business, whether it's for your personal brand or for the brick and mortar store that you have down the street, or like your startup. Like, how does that work? Like, how is the story brand? How do you make that the linchpin into bringing everything together to improving someone's business?
Right. Story is just the most fundamental way of human communication, right? When we tell stories, we're so much more attentive and paying attention. We can retain that information better, and we're just more enticed to pass that information on and tell the story to other people who it then can resonate with, and they can like really, feel it and identify with the characters in the story. And it just adds this personal touch to it. There's humans in the story. There's a hero, there's a villain, there's a problem that needs solving, there's a happy end, ideally, right? So it's just a great way to package a message that you have. And when it comes to, your business and your marketing, the marketing message that you have, and communicate by telling a story. And yeah, telling a story around your brand and around your business and around what you do. And it gives you the opportunity to make your customer a hero of your story, to let them shine, and yeah, to make them the center of attention that everything evolves around. And you are their guide, their mentor that helps them get there. And it just positions you in the perfect position. So, they learn how you can help them and how your products and services solve problems that they have in their lives or in their business, by not being too focused on yourself and just talking about yourself, but you're making it all about them, but you're still a part of the story. And that's just the perfect way to package things. And you'll see a lot of success when you leverage building a story brand. And yeah, leveraging storytelling as a tool for your marketing and for your branding in general. It's really not just a buzzword, but it's a super powerful tool, and it changes everything. It changes the whole narrative.
It's interesting that you landed on the word buzzword, right? Because like we hear all these different techniques about how to position yourself in the place, right? So story brand being one of them, creating a hero's journey is another. Like there are so many different you can actually put yourself out there, in order to make you the hero for the client that you've been called to serve. What are some of the elements that go into the story brand? Why do you think that makes it so much more powerful to get the word out and to get people to recognize and ultimately buy from you?
Yes. So, first, identify the outcome that you want to achieve, and then identify the characters that are going to be in your story. Your customer should be the hero of your brand story. You yourself should be the guide or mentor of your brand story. And the villain is the problem that they have. And you can also personify the villain and, yeah, make it a person that can make it even more interesting. And then every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. So in the beginning, it should be really clear who the characters are and what the problem is and what the status quo situation is. Basically, you have to explain that. And then in the middle, it's all about, tackling the problem, solving the problem. What are your strategies? What are your techniques? What are the benefits and values of your offering? What are the features of your product solution? All of that, you're explaining that. And then in the end, you paint a perfect picture of the outcome, how you have made their lives better with your solution. So they can really imagine them and imagine how their life will look like if they're a customer of yours, they become a customer of you and they take advantage of what you have to offer them. So that's what your story should look like. And you can have different variations of that. Some are longer, some are shorter. You can use that as a framework for your marketing videos, for text content on your about page. You can have a couple of paragraphs in written text, for so many things. For your elevator pitch, you can make that more interesting. So you can use it for so many things. But if you have that core story down, that's how you approach it. That's how you do it.
Amazing. Wow, that's really great. So when you implement this for a client, like you don't need to give me names, but when you implement this, how do you see the transformation in terms of increased sales or increased visibility in the marketplace? What is the net result that you have seen when you have implemented this successfully for other clients?
Yes. So, what's really important is consistency. You're not going to notice a difference overnight, but by consistently changing, you preaching your marketing messages and talking at people and giving them facts, or maybe perhaps a mistake that a lot of people make is talking about themselves all the time and how great they are and what kind of awards they've won. And yeah, just bragging about themselves and their own achievements as a person or as a company, and changing the narrative to being a story brand and telling your stories like that. Over time, you will see just better engagements, richer interactions. People talk about you more. You'll have content that is more shareable and more share worthy. The people that you attract into your funnel, you can influence their level of awareness so much more because they already know more about what it is that you're all about and what you do and what your vision is for the world and what mission you're on, and it involves them, so they already have that connection between you and them. So you don't just present what you do and then leave it up to them to figure out how it can help them, and if you're the right person to do business with, if they're still evaluating, but you're already making that connection really clear, and just a nice way that people like to listen, and it draws people in. You'll see, yeah, people watch your videos for longer because it's more interesting. They'll have more attention and won't click away as often, as much, if the story is like really compelling and nice to watch and nice to listen to. Because everybody likes to listen and watch if they hear something about themselves and if they can identify themselves with something and it really really speaks to them, and it's not just about your business or about the company or whatever, because you're already making that connection for them. So it's really, really powerful. And yeah, all the way it transforms your business.
It's interesting. The keyword that came to mind is, being relatable, right? And I think
Yeah.
that's a really big part of getting someone to do business with you is that you need to, not only do you need to be able to relate with them, but you need to also have the confidence that, as a business person, that you're able to deliver on on the goods of what they're asking for, right? And I guess that, some people that don't necessarily understand or haven't really, um, gotten the story brand message yet, they'll probably be like, oh, yeah, this is a bunch of hocus pocus or something, but it's really not, because what happens is that many businesses in and around us, like once you understand the structure of how a story brand is actually created, like you could start recognizing it in different parts of just about any other business that you work with, where like you go to work and they sell you on this idea that it's not just, like a place, office that you go and put your laptop down and start working. It's a whole new community and it's a whole way of working with people, and that's just one example, right? Of building the story of making it actually, like much bigger, a much bigger mission that people can actually latch onto. When you sell this idea to new businesses, especially ones that haven't heard of the story brand before, how do you open it? Like, how do you like, not only like begin to tell them the story of what a story brand is, but to actually convince them that this is actually going to do wonders for your business later on?
Yes.
Like, how do you start that?
Right. Every business wants to maximize their potential. They want to retain more clients. They want to convert more leads into customers. They want to create more strangers into problem and solution aware people of their business. And there's no way that you not resonate with a story that you are part of yourself. Like you are in the story, you're part of the story. So if you tell a story with your customers in them, that's how you achieve it, and it touches all part of your business basically. So that makes sense to most people, and that's how I explain it. And yeah, then I'll just explain the components and all it does and all the benefits of it, and it just makes sense. It's a no-brainer essentially after that.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to explain it, is that it's a no-brainer because everyone understands the concept of a story, but they don't necessarily understand like how is a story going to help my business, right? And once you can articulate that, then it just makes everything much more clear. So thank you so much for Monique. Can you please let everyone know how they can learn more about you with your agency and how they can reach out to you directly if they want to get in contact with you?
Sure. The best way to reach out is through our website, and that is dragon-digital-marketing.com. And yeah, there you'll find the links to all social media accounts, and a lot of free resources are on there as well. We also have a podcast called the Dragon Digital Marketing Podcast. And if you want to connect with me personally, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. It's Monique Idemudia. I believe that I'm the only person with my name. So you're going to find me pretty easily, and I'm always happy to connect and meet new people. So I'm looking forward to you reaching out.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for joining me today. This has been great. I love talking about this stuff. I love getting the word out on how, you need to build a story in order to have people really come in and, like really just understand what it is that you do. So I think that this advice is going to be great and resonate with a lot of people. Thank you for joining me today.
You're very welcome.